Okay, so what you just saw me do was just go around with painter's tape and label like all the outlets and appliances and stuff that we need to run wires to. And then now we're gonna start actually running the wires from where the DC hubs will be and where the inverter will be to the places that need the wiring.
And I'm here to help.
That's right, Danielle is here. So the first one we're run wiring for is just some DC outlets. We're gonna put a box around the wheel well, and then on this side of the box will be our DC hub for the passenger side. So we'll run some wires from here to here's the first DC outlet, and then up
Where's
here.
your shoes, baby?
It's the second one. I get too hot if I put my shoes on my whole body.
Well, you can't be on the floor, apparently.
Over here it's just fine. Up there is too hot. Why do we gotta work in the only place where there's sun on the floor? It's too hot. It's too hot in the sun.
So you need the shoes that I'm wearing.
I have sandals right here. It's still too hot.
This is great footage.
No, it's all being weird. That's a hot spot on the floor. It's still so hot.
And then what are these for?
Wiring for different things.
Different things. Hi.
Hello. The floor's too hot. It's too hot. It's too hot. This is bullshit.
You were sensitive to everything.
Get out of the way.
This is perfect.
No, you're sensitive to everything. It's 60 degrees freezing cold, 75 degrees too hot. That's the Chica. We just ran the first wire to kind of show you guys what we're doing. So this is the one that will go into the fuse block, and this I just have DC outlet 2X. I have the 2X on this one so I know it's supplying 2 outlets, so that when I go to put the fuse in for this, that will help me size the fuse because it's supplying 2 outlets rather than 1 outlet. And then so here's one of the outlets. We just have it labeled DC outlet in this loop. And then it continues up to here to the other end, also just labeled DC outlet. And that's it. That's the first wire run. Okay. Got the second DC outlet wire run. I just want to show you guys these little things. They just like stick. I don't know, it's just a sticky tape on the back, and then you can put a zip tie through it. So I'll just use these throughout as I need to like support the wires in different places, and once all the wires are run through it that will get through it, I'll tighten up the zip tie and it'll help hold everything in place.
Ties, no lies inside, and I never meant to say that. My eyes wide, I'll run and hide seaside, and I never wanna go back. A long drive into the night. Bold ease, quiet streets, salt sheets, didn't realize what it meant then. Heartfelt, need help.
So this is what we're using for all of our AC outlets. They're just extension cords, and what we'll do is we'll just cut off this end, the socket end here, and then wire that to our outlet that we'll actually end up like putting in the wall or whatever. So our inverter has 3 like normal looking plugs, so we're using 3 extension cords to get to the outlets around the van. We're going to continue the wiring, but first we'll kind of show you what we did the other day. We got most of the passenger side done, and you can see like here we have all these loops, each one of these loops here, and then this end is a LED puck light. And that's kind of what we did everywhere, is just give ourselves plenty of slack to make sure we have enough wire to make the connection, because you'd rather have too much than too little and not be able to make the connection. But we kind of did that on both ends. So everywhere, like here, this will be a switch. So we have like 4 inches, 4 to 6 inches too much here, and then same thing with on the other end. All of these are, this will be where the connections are made. We have like 6 to 8 inches more than what I'm thinking we'll need there, just to make sure that we do have enough and we can get it easily without pulling stuff tight and having too little wire. So then we're gonna move on and do everything along the driver's side now. Yeah, and be able to finish this up.
Not a simple song, but my songs feel.
Just little rubber grommets. And you can see they have 2 lips, and then the sheet metal sits right in between there, and it just prevents the wire from rubbing on the bare metal, cutting through eventually, because it's a van and we'll drive it everywhere. And we'll go through an earthquake every day.
It's true, but darling, I love you.
Oh, you're blocking the camera.
Get a different angle, videographer.
You're the videographer.
Right, like this, and then cables go through zip tie.
That's right. So right here is kind of going to be our central control hub. So we're going to have our light switch for our main lights, which will have the dimmer on it. We're also going to have a second switch for our main lights for when you come in the sliding door. And then we'll have like a bed light switch here, heater controller on off, the inverter controller, which is this right here. And then we'll also have a water tank fill level, and then there'll be an on-off switch for that. So this is kind of a important area that'll have many wires coming to it.
It's for the thumbnail. What are you doing?
Installation in these little crevices.
Are you excited for the trip to Estes Park?
That's right, excited. Watch out in the way always, this one.
We're rolling.
So we're taking these strips by like 3 or 4 inches thick. I'm just kind of measuring how long it needs to be. I know I'm about halfway into this thing, so just a rough measure. Cut.
How do you stuff it?
Just like this. Use a little dowel or whatever pusher tool you got. There you go.
And it goes right in there. I feel like I'm breathing into the camera.
That's it. Get in there. Stuff.
Give us a thumbs up. This is
Again, so we're just starting with all the the little tedious stuff, all the little channels, and just stuffing those full, and we'll go back through and get all the big open spaces after that. So right now, it's taking like a 3 to 4 inch wide piece, just kind of doing a rough measurement. Oh, this is stopped by that wire. Just by holding it up here, I know I'm to this wire already, so from that wire to this slot, use my wooden dowel here, stuff it. This is gonna be a tight stuff because that slot's partially blocked.
Dan showing you how to not do it.
Alright, so yeah, that's kind of a bad one. But you actually don't want to stuff these too tight. You want to leave the insulation room to expand, because pretty much all insulation will work with air in some capacity, and that's how it keeps you warm, is expanding and creating an air barrier.
Great tutorial from Dan.
That's right, how to.
So funny. Well, what you want to tell them?
No, I want to show them.
Okay.
Is it too dark though?
No, it's fine now.
Alright, so we're insulating these little, I don't know what you call them, these little guys.
It's too dark.
No, we can be done. I'm good being done. We can, and I'll explain and
It's just a
show.
little dark.
That's fine, ruiner. I'm used to the ruining all the